Hi guys, I'm Linda.
And I'm Vicky.
And we are Partners in Crime. Today we do have something a little different. We don't have wine that we're going to try today. We are trying what's called banana bread beer. This my husband and I found. We have another home up in the Poconos or above Scranton, and we tried this on tap at one of the restaurants we were in, and it was awesome. It used to be called Wells's banana bread beer, but they did change it now to Eagle, and I know what it tastes like. I love it, so we're gonna have Vicky try it.
I'll let you know. You can smell the banana.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
At the end, you can get the banana bread taste.
A little bit, because, of course, because I'm a sweet person. I am a sweet person, but I mean, I'm addicted to sweets.
Yeah.
I'm not really crazy about beer, but it's mellow enough for me, and you can taste the banana at the end.
Yes.
Or the back of your tongue, I guess is a better way to explain it. But it's good.
It hits you at the end, but I love it. They have like figgy pudding. They have all these other flavors. So we might do another flavor for the fall, but I wanted to have Vicky try this, and I just love this. So when we found it, I was so excited.
Right. And we don't want you to think we're just exclusively winos.
No, we do drink beer as well.
We're diverse. All right.
It tastes good? Yeah, we'll try it. So, again, it used to be Wells banana bread beer. Anybody that has ever looked for it, it is now Eagle. So I just wanted to let you know that. And speaking of Eagle, we also have football season starting. So we have our Eagles stuff on right now. I'm wearing my favorite player's jersey. I love Darren Sproles. I'm not sure if he's playing for the Eagles this year, which I'm really sad about.
Oh, I don't know.
I love him so much. So I have his jersey on, and
I have my
Vicky
t-shirt.
has her t-shirt on. So we are playing on Sunday against, it's no longer the Washington Redskins. They are the Washington football team, I believe. That's the new name.
For now. I don't think they've written that in stone yet, but that's what they're calling themselves.
Yes. And football actually starts tonight, so we do have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Texans tonight. So if you're looking out for football, it starts tonight, and when I go home, today's Thursday, I'll definitely watch the games. So.
And I will spare you singing the Eagles jingle.
Oh, yeah.
But when I see this attire, it just comes to mind.
I know. So.
But fly, Eagles, fly.
Yes, definitely. And we'll start the show.
Lori was arraigned today, and there were felony charges that the judge, in a cursory way, just reviewed. And he said that she was getting charged with 2 felony counts of conspiracy to destroy or conceal evidence. And I'm sure the 2 are relating to 1 for each child.
Yes.
You know, there are other things that she's charged with, like obstruction of justice and lying to the police. But, you know, the felonies are what's really going to give her jail time if she's found guilty.
Yeah.
But she did plead not guilty.
She did, which, you know, who would expect her to? That would have been a shocker if she did plead guilty.
Right.
So she did look, again, they're always keeping her so far away from the camera, which is funny, but she looks a little rough, I would say, right now. She did have her blue sweater on again.
And she had her, you know, her mask on, so
it's hard,
you can really see.
But she does speak in a very soft voice, which like I told you before, that just irritates the heck out of me. So, you know.
Well, who knows how her attorneys are telling her to present herself.
Right. And I think that's how she actually got away with a lot of things, or got people to do what she wanted them to do. She would speak that way. So this was something she learned in her life to get what she wanted.
Yeah, she's definitely a manipulator. And the judge did set the trial for some time in April.
Yes.
However, although Mr. Wood didn't bring it up at this hearing today, I'm surprised that he didn't, because he's moving to combine them into one trial, her and Chad. And you know, Chad is supposed to go for his trial in January, and hers is now April. And you know, the judge asked, "Is there anything? Are those dates okay?" And yeah, you know, he said, "I don't have anything else right now, Your Honor."
Yeah, I don't know how that works, because they already filed the motion. Maybe until they make a decision.
Until they make a decision, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm leaning towards is that I don't think that April date is going to stick.
Okay.
And I don't think, maybe not even the January date for Chad.
Yeah, we don't know.
So, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of her, you know, her hearing today.
Yeah, her pretrial is on March 22nd of 2021, and then the jury trial is April 2nd of 2021.
Yeah, and however, I believe that is subject to change once his motion is approved.
Right.
And I really believe it will be.
You think?
Oh yeah, I think it will be. It's the same charges for both of them.
With the same
Yeah, it's the same, you know.
people involved.
Right. So,
Yep.
I think it will be.
Okay. And then we also, Nate Eaton did break a story about a person that was in the county jail with Lori. And she just told us some of the, I think she was trying to get information from Lori. She said she didn't ask her about the children at all. She was trying to, I guess, gain her trust for other things.
Right. That's what she said.
Yeah.
But she was taking notes.
She was. What is it? So this she could use for herself. If she gets something important, she could use it
I'm sure.
for her own benefit to try to lower her charges, they were saying. So
Apparently, there is a cell arrangement, a jail cell arrangement called a pod. And this individual, we don't have her real name.
we don't. They call her Melissa Cook. That is not her real name, but that's the name that they were using for her.
Right. They said it's for her protection. I can imagine where it would be. So the jail cell arrangement is called a pod, and there are 2 cells in the pod. And she was in one and Lori was in the other. So apparently they could communicate, and
they were only together for 4 days. She was in there from March 4th to March 8th.
Right.
So it's not like she had a lot of time to really delve into everything.
No.
They did say that she had, when she would talk to people, it was usually her lawyers, or it was Colby or Chad.
Right.
So.
Right. And there were times when she didn't want Melissa to hear what she was saying or talking about, so she had earphones in. So that it was just the one-sided conversation, that's all she could hear. But, you know, there was nothing really that outstanding. There wasn't any insights into what happened. She didn't really convey any of that to this roommate. But
she did read scripture while she was there.
Right.
She did say when she was talking to Colby was very frustrated. She did hear a conversation with Colby, and he was very frustrated and saying, "Why don't you just help them? Why are you doing this?" And Lori said to stop. The prophet, I guess that's Chad, says to stop looking at social media. And she also said to read the book of Job, because Job was also in this kind of situation, I guess, and people shouldn't be
Judging her, and God knows what she's doing, and she's okay. It's okay with God, so it's okay, so.
I don't know where she got this
She's just
from.
so out of it.
I guess we should read the book of Job just to see what she's talking about. Just to get an idea as to what she's referring to and how she is mirroring what Job went through.
I don't know. I just, things are a little twisted from what is really written in the Book of Mormon because they have their own take on it.
Right.
So I'm not sure we would get anything out of it by reading it, and not knowing the rest of the history behind these scriptures. We just don't know.
Okay.
So Melissa did say that she was the talk of the jailhouse, that all of the other inmates wanted to get a glimpse of her, were talking about the situation, just like the outside world is. So,
and she reveled in that.
She did.
She was very happy to be the one, because you had Kobe Bryant died around that time, and COVID started, and to know that she was like a big part of the news as well was really something that she enjoyed. And
and for the preliminary hearing that occurred, she was so worried about her appearance. So Melissa had given her items that she bought at the commissary, commissary in the jail, that she could use, lipstick, deodorant, whatever she had to let her use. And when the story came on TV, Lori was so excited and said, "Come look at this! Look, it's on! You have to see this!" So, it's all
would
about
you expect
Lori.
anything less at this point?
Right.
And Melissa did say that when she spoke with Chad, it was like horrible. She said, what were the words? She said nauseating, when her conversations with Chad were very nauseating, just for the fact that she always wanted to get Chad to, I guess because he was on the outside and she wasn't, she was afraid that maybe he'd go for something better. So she was just trying to get his approval all the time, and she said it was just, to listen to her talk to him, it was just something that, you're just total manipulation on her part.
Right. Right. And I don't know if there's too much else to come out of that conversation.
No, it was the Madison County Jail, and Melissa Cook was in there for parole violations. So
and then she was put into this pod because she had broke some rules in the jail, which I don't think they got into what it was.
Right. No.
But, and then they moved her out because they wanted Lori to be alone.
Right. Okay.
I don't know why, but.
And she also said that Lori was so happy it was a holding between Hawaii and Rexburg, I think. So she was so glad to be in there because the Hawaii jail had cockroaches, and this jail is so much nicer, and the food is really good. And so she's talking like she's not in jail. She's like in a nice hotel or something like that. She was just... And
delusional.
she said she must be, because she said she was very nice and kind to everyone, and she never cried, she never showed remorse.
No emotion at all. Except being up.
Yeah.
She was upbeat the whole time.
I mean...
her children are... well, of course she knew her children were dead at this point.
Well, you can't say for sure, but... At that point, they didn't find them yet.
Right. Until June, they didn't find them.
Yeah, so...
But, I think she knew.
Yeah.
That's why you would think that she would have some emotion.
Yeah, or at least saying, yeah, maybe telling people I know where my kids are and they're perfectly fine, they're perfectly safe. I don't know, just something, but I guess she's told not to say that kind of thing.
Right.
Anyway, so, but, yep. So that's about it for that. And like we said, who would expect anything less from
No, and the other
Lori?
thing that I do remember is that Melissa said she was constantly talking to her attorneys. Constantly leaving the cell and talking to the attorneys. So it was a constant thing. And every time she would come back, Melissa would ask her, are you making bail? You know, are you getting out? You making bond?
And she said, I hope so.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she's still there. So
she's still there. Right.
there you go. She said, oh, and when she said that, she said she ran her fingers from her head down her body and said, we'll see if all of this is worth
If
$1
all
million.
this is worth it. You're right.
Oh my gosh. Delusional.
Yeah.
That is a very good word.
Narcissistic.
Yeah.
Delusion. I can come up with a lot of names for her.
So you could look the way you look and do whatever you want because that's your God-given right because you feel like you're beautiful and, you know, she is pretty. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's not, but she's not very pretty because on the inside she's
Yeah, you know, did you ever
horrible.
you meet somebody and at face value you think, wow, you know,
Yeah.
that's really a good looking person until
Yeah.
they open their mouth.
I know. And then you're like, oh goodness.
And then it just ruins it. They're
or you
not
spend
anymore.
a lot of time with them and you're like, I know people like that. You're just like,
Right.
oh, I don't
Right.
care how beautiful you are. You are, woof.
Right, right.
Just go running. But, so yeah. So
Yeah. So
I think that's all we have for Lori at this point. She
Right.
hasn't changed yet. So unless they say guilty, 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 that might be the time that she finally, it clicks. I don't know.
I don't know, but you know, again, we're still waiting for what they have next. Where the heck are the murder charges? We know the kids,
Are murdered.
and they're in Chad's backyard buried. And, you know, they didn't, as I said before, they didn't put themselves there. So I'm sure they're going to try to say it was all Alex. But then again, it's in Chad's backyard.
Right. But Alex's phone was there. We can't say for sure Alex was there.
Right. But,
I did hear something else when I was doing research this week about Zulema and Alex. And people are putting stuff out there that, and this has been said out there, that Alex was a homosexual.
oh,
They're thinking, from what I read, that Zulema was actually doing conversion therapy with him to try to make him change. And that's maybe why they got married. I don't know. Maybe it looked good to have him married to a woman. Just saying that that's the word out there.
maybe when she had that argument with him out in the street and she
Lord,
said, you're
yeah.
a disgrace to the family.
It could be that he
Yeah.
was caught. Yeah.
Right, or she just knew. And wanted him to get involved with this conversion therapy. Or
So
whatever
I think
called.
that's where Zulema came in. She's a part of all of this, but I think one of her jobs was to convert Alex.
She was a cuddler, or she did
Cuddle therapy, yeah,
cuddle
we
therapy.
did read that before.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
There are so many things I've never heard of before, before this trial or before this case. So there's plenty of things that they're out there, and it is crazy, but you know.
yeah, so, you know, I'm just waiting for these murder charges, and I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
So,
But we'll let you know.
yeah, we'll let you know
So
as soon as we hear.
yes, definitely. But I guess that's all for Lori. So until next time, Bye.